Welcome to Tucson, Arizona for the men's final on Saturday Night Live at the WPH Race for 8 stop number 2. My name is Dave Vincent alongside David Fink. It's Alan Garner and Sean Lenning. Dave, as we come in a little early here before the 7 o'clock tip-off to talk a little bit about this match, and let's do so.
Well, Dave, we've got Alan Garner, who came in here seeded 8th. He's the 5th highest ranked player in the event, but because of the blind draw, he went into that 8th spot, and now he's made it all the way to the finals. You could argue that he's had the toughest road, taking out the #1 player in the quarterfinals, and then taking out a former #1 player in the semifinals. Sean Lenning, Dave, also with a tough road here, taking out current world doubles champion Andy Nett, and then taking out myself in the semifinals. Dave, Alan Garner and Sean Lenning played 2 of the very best matches we've seen on the Race for 8 Pro Tour in the last 6 months. You'll remember at the LAAC stop number 7 in March of this year, it was Sean Lenning winning 25-22 in the tiebreaker. And then recently, Dave, 2 weeks ago, was Sean Lenning winning 11-8 in the tiebreaker in the quarterfinals at the US Open. So Dave, Sean Lenning has had the best of this rivalry in career lifetime matches on the Pro Tour. But Alan Garner seems to be getting closer, and every match they play is an instant classic. I expect exactly that today.
Out of 80 possible points being scored, Alan Garner's opponents have scored 43 so far as he runs down into this tournament. I will give you the stats for Sean Lenning in just a few minutes. It looks like a little different Alan Garner this time, Dave Fink, because maybe it's more of a philosophy thing. He says he's just playing his game. He doesn't think about who he's going up against. You and I have had many conversations with him because he makes himself so accessible. Just laid out, just here in the last 5 minutes or so, just hanging out, drinking some Gatorade and getting some electrolytes, and just saying, you know, normally I'd be in here warming up right now, but I'm not sore. This new format has helped me out. Do you think that he's taking it too lightly, possibly?
No, I definitely don't think he's taking it too lightly. I think he's got a great perspective. And you remember, Dave, he told us in Seattle in May, I'm retiring. I'm taking 12 months off. I'll see you next May or who knows when. He didn't go to the Nationals. He didn't go to the World Championships. But now he's come back. I think he realizes how much he loves playing this game and just how good he is at this game, and that he can be one of the best, if not the best. And I think, Dave, having the support of his wife, Erica, also means so much to him. She watches at home. He loves to make her proud. And I think all that, Dave, has combined to really inspire the blonde bombshell.
Yeah,
now, Sean Lenning, of course, Dave, has been #1 or #2 for the last 4 years. He has never missed a stop in that time. And
okay,
Sean Lenning,
ladies
Dave,
and gentlemen, we have
and we'll listen
Alan
to the
Garner
announcement.
from San Antonio, Texas, retrieving the serve. And we have Sean Lenning from Seattle, Washington, serving the serve. 0 play 0.
Sean Lenning representing the Seattle WAC team. Alan Garner, of course, representing the Salt Lake City Aces, as we'll have our crew
The line judges will be Chip
turn
and
down
this gentleman.
the overall audio in our headsets here, as everything is loud to include ourselves, court sounds,
1 play 0.
and the referee.
Short.
And Sean Lenning seemed to find something in the tiebreaker today, Dave, with the
Second serve.
Seemed to find just the perfect speed with which to hit that serve.
Set
and
up.
that time he misses his spot on the side wall. Sean aims deep on the left side wall on his second serve. That time hit the floor first, and Alan Garner took the revolving door right-handed kill and
0 play
it.
1. Short.
Alan Garner, Dave, finding his groove on the serve by taking a lot off of it.
Second
Sean Lenning
serve.
seems to be the only guy that can hit the serve hard and still keep the ball off the back wall.
As I was going to tell you earlier, out of 91 total points
1 play 1
that Sean Lenning has scored, his opponents have scored 55. In comparison to the 80 total points from Alan Garner, his opponents have scored 43. Now, the reason why you see 2 difference in points is Sean Lenning had to go to a tiebreaker for 1.
And Sean, Dave, is a slow starter. It seems like even though he warms up on the court for about a half an hour, it takes him about 10 minutes in the court before he really starts moving. Dave, I think that the most important stat to consider here are unreturned serves. I think the guy who's able to register more unreturned serves will win.
Play 2.
And Sean with an amazing left-handed kill shot return.
Set out.
And sometimes, Dave, when Sean hits one of his best serves and they come back, he doesn't seem to be ready for it. He thinks that the point's already over.
2, play 1.
Score is 2 for Alan Garner, 1 for Sean Lenning.
Second serve.
Our referee is Victor Perez.
Both these guys, Dave, hit the same second serve.
Nice get right there from Sean Lenning.
And that's just Sean Lenning's patented shot. You don't even see a lot of guys take that shot high off the front wall, sidewall, out of the air, but Sean takes it out of the air and ends the rally with it almost every time. And Dave, this ball is so fast that even when you give a huge back wall setup on the serve, it's hard to even catch up to it, especially when it lands close to the back wall. You saw Alan Garner there swinging overhand on a back wall shot. You've never seen that before from Alan, but that shows you
2, play 1.
how fast this ball is.
Well, I believe both of these guys are just amped up right now. 3-1 is the score with Alan Garner in the lead here.
3. What was that? Huh? Okay, okay.
Sean's very aggravated
3,
here.
play 1.
He feels that the referee's not calling the score quick. Sean chirped at him, and then Alan also chimed in too, said, "You're right."
Side out.
Alan felt that the score should have been called earlier.
And
too.
Dave, we'll see if that's a momentum breaker for Alan Garner, who seemed like
play 3.
he was starting to build some momentum, got a very easy setup with his left hand, should have put that away. Instead, Sean Lenning with the side out. And now Sean Lenning scores a point. So, Dave, it would have been 4-1 Alan Garner. Instead, it's 2-3 Sean Lenning, with Sean Lenning in the server's box. So you can see just what a difference an air like that can have. And Dave, with the power of these players and the speed of this ball, it's really become a server's game. And if you don't have a big serve, it's really impossible to win. Paul Brady, Dave, not really known or talked about as being one of the great servers, but I believe he's the best server in the game right now.
I agree with you, too.
And I believe if you look down the list of the rankings, Dave, you're looking at the best servers in the game right in their spots on the rankings. I mean, Sean Lenning is ranked number 2. He's probably got the second or third best serve in the world.
Boy, that was cranked right there from Sean Lenning. Huge setup for Alan Garner. Boy, look at that ball stay up.
Set out.
Both guys not taking advantage of offensive opportunities thus far.
Together at 3.
Alan not known as much for his great serve, but out of his 3 points, Dave, that he scored, 2 of those have come on unreturned serves.
Second serve.
And there's another unforced error from Alan Garner.
Set out.
It seemed like he hit both that air and the previous air with his left hand well. It just came up short.
3, play 3.
Didn't sound like it was a hand air.
It's a 2-game-to-15 breaker to 11 match, and Alan Garner goes around the revolving door, pushes Sean out of the server's box. We're going to see a lot of side outs here. Both of these guys are offensive weapons.
3, play 3.
Freakish styles of kill shots from anywhere on the court. They manifest, create offensive opportunities. Look at that. Unbelievable. That
point.
Sean Lenning on the run kill shot attempt was actually good, but Alan caught up to it and re-killed it.
4, play 3.
Alan does have very good get ability. He's got very good balance. When he does get up to balls,
Side out.
he's able to set himself and do something with it. Sean looks a little aggravated with himself right now, Dave, like he's just not happy with the way
3,
he's
play 4.
hitting the ball or playing.
But I kind of like that, seeing that from Sean, because he's so lackadaisical a lot of the times, but here it's proving that he has some kind of emotion.
4, play 4.
We're all together at 4 now on the scoreboard. The 4s are wild.
You know, Dave, last year, Sean Lenning was the favorite coming into this event. A lot of people talking about Sean was the guy to beat in this event. He ended up playing big ball singles and wearing himself out and didn't really have anything left for the singles final. This year, he's kind of come in as a dark horse, Dave. No one's really talking about him. But yet, here he is in the finals again.
These guys are hitting the ball so hard, Dave. I mean,
Sean Lenning, Dave, will move to within 1 point, 1 ranking point of Luis Moreno should he win this match. And that means that if Sean were to finish ahead of Luis in the next tournament, he would become #1, regardless of whether he won or didn't win, as long as he finished ahead of Luis. That, assuming that he wins this match, hypothetically.
4-4.
Alan Garner will still be outside the top 4, whether he wins this tournament or not. Alan Garner has missed a couple of events and had some mediocre results in some of the events he did play.
Look at that shot right there. Guided it in with the left hand.
Nothing mediocre about that, Dave. Tremendous finesse from the power man. The Bam Bam.
5-4.
And that's the third, Dave. First strike, unforced error from Alan Garner on very easy opportunities after a serve.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And now Sean makes it even longer by complaining about it.
Well,
all right, okay. Yeah, as soon as he set.
Now it's even longer, Dave.
4-5.
Yeah, but it's not about the weight. It's about rhythm. Both of these guys are complaining about it. It's not just Sean. Sean's being more vocal, but Alan's also agreeing with him. Referee's waiting way too long to call the score. And I kind of like that, not just from Sean. Sean wants to get in there and serve. I mean, this is what we always criticize Sean for, is not being aggressive and acting lackadaisical. Here you can see he wants this win. He wants to get in there and serve the ball. I like seeing that.
5-4.
And Dave, Sean is so dangerous if you hit any kind of soft serve, because he literally comes out of nowhere, Dave, either takes the ball out of the air on the short hop and just crushes it, and there's really not much you can do.
4-5.
If you even have a play on it. And there's a terrible error from Sean Lenning.
Serve good.
This ball.
They both agree.
No way. I saw that short
they
by
both agreed. Yeah, I saw it good.
2-3 inches short.
Huh.
If we had replay capability, I'm not sure, but
you hear
5-4
talking to his future permanent sparring partner, Chip Morales. Chip will be moving to San Antonio to spar with Alan Garner on a 3 or 4 time a week basis to try and elevate both of their games. So Dave, you don't think these guys are serious about their handball games? Think again.
Point.
And now Sean Lenning, Dave, has 3 ace serves to Alan Garner's 2.
5-5.
And the referee's still taking too long to call the score, even though it's been requested on 3 occasions to speed up the process. And Dave, there's really no rhythm to this match right now. Both guys are making errors, neither playing clean handball.
6-5.
thought that was short, Dave.
Okay. No appeal from Alan Garner. I saw the ball good, but I guess it won't matter at this point. This is where Dave, Sean Lenning is the most dangerous, kind of in the middle of games where you play even with him, he might make a couple of errors, and then all of a sudden he has that spurt where it seems like he can score 9 or 10 points.
Scores 5-7,
at
1
will.
minute.
And now, David, we'll be having a 2-minute glove change.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
A referee should have asked the players to see their gloves when the timeout was called. He didn't. Alan Garner volunteered to show the gloves, and now he'll be changing them. So these are things, Dave, that need to be worked out.
But they never will, and that's the great thing about handball.
Well, there's only one person that would think to do that, and he's unavailable to referee.
Well,
he wears a tie.
That same one person, as we break to the booth
Alan,
here.
you have 3 minutes. You call the timeout and a glove change.
That's actually not true. It's not 3 minutes. If you call a timeout and then a glove change, it's still just a 2-minute timeout. A referee saying it's a 3-minute timeout, which is absolutely ludicrous.
But nonetheless, if we can break to the studio, you can see that tie that Dave's wearing. I'm not sure. This is your own look, right?
Yeah,
I know
it
Nikolai
is.
Nahorniak is a very well-dressed individual who
Is he?
focuses on.
He's been wearing the same T-shirt all
Well,
week.
I know, but I mean, in professional settings, and he
Okay.
just looked at that and laughed, giggled
Really?
actually,
Really?
giggled.
Yeah.
It was more of
Well,
a giggle.
Well, you would have actually seen this
All right,
tie
Alan,
had
you
you
got
come
2
to my
minutes.
wedding, but you were busy that day.
Didn't get the invite.
Yeah.
But and I'm glad I didn't,
Mm.
because I could have ruined that really bad, and I know I would have.
That's actually true.
But
you actually did everyone a huge favor, so thank you. I'd like to
Yeah,
thank you.
called a
Right now, no,
timeout
actually,
and
we
a
don't
glove
touch,
change,
so
that's 2 minutes.
it's not.
That's
Go
it,
ahead.
more of a fist,
Yeah.
an air fist.
It's kind of like
No,
that
no, no,
hug
you
in
call the
Step
timeout
Brothers
first.
when
You
they
can't.
tried to hug, but they
Awkward,
just
yeah.
didn't really know how to do it.
No, I
It's
just kind of confirm
sort of
right
one
now.
of those things.
Now we
I-
see
I
that there's there is certainly a
Yeah, you got
a
like
little
minute and a
argument
half.
going on here now with the
2 minutes
referee
total,
and
yeah.
Alan
Down to a
Garner. And
minute.
Alan's telling the referee what the actual rule is, and the
Yeah.
referee's arguing with him, saying, now you've got now 2 more minutes. We're not
Well-
completely with our 3 here. And as the head referee, Dave, I know you take notes on this. Will you be
Yeah.
talking to the referee tonight, or do you wait till he's out of the professional setting?
Yeah, you know, I've found, Dave, that it's best to talk to people after the emotions have sort of settled down, you know, on a Monday morning or maybe even a Monday afternoon. We sit down, actually, we all stay here a couple of days after the event, and
Right.
we review everything that went right and what went wrong. And we have subcommittees, and then we have obviously a full committee that we all sit
Right.
on, Dave, and you know, we'll talk about it. It won't be anything that's confrontational, but it will be educational. And our referee will be informed of all the rules that he didn't know and that the rules he didn't enforce. So our referee didn't know today during a semifinal match if bad bounces were played on the serve, which I found surprising since
It says it
every
right on the
player,
scorecard.
well,
All right,
the
resuming
scorecard
play.
also, I was referring to the 10 emails that each player and referee
5 play 7.
received the week of this event.
Interesting. We're back into play now after that, I guess,
Set up.
3-minute timeout / glove change.
Alan Garner with a terrible serve there coming out of the timeout. Just hands
7
Sean
play
Lenning
5.
the serve back.
We don't hear our headphones here in the booth, but I'm not sure if we're broadcasting, but we'll just keep talking.
And right now
Point.
you're seeing Alan Garner off balance. We haven't seen that thus far in this event, as it's been Alan Garner, the guy dictating play with his power, but now
8 play 5.
Sean Lenning starting to push Alan Garner around. And look at that hop, Dave, and Alan Garner fights it off. But Sean Lenning
Point.
makes an amazing adjustment on a kind of a party ball that hit every wall, and Sean Lenning set himself and hit a great kill shot with his left hand.
9 play 5.
Wow, look at that kill
Point.
shot right there from Sean Lenning at now 10-5 here. We're only going to 15.
Well, Dave,
I think this type of format suits
10
Sean
play
Lenning
5.
really well.
and look at that shot, Dave, from
Points.
Sean Lenning. Absolutely amazing. You think he'd have to play some type of defensive or neutralizing shot from there, but instead hits a cross
11 play
corner across
5.
his body rollout. And Garner eyes,
Set
Dave,
out.
are not smiling right now.
Alan Garner here at 5-11.
5 play 11.
And another poor serve from Alan Garner sets up Sean Lenning for a very easy setup, and Sean with a terrible hand air there.
Alan Garner needs 10 points. Sean
6
Lenning only
play
4.
11.
6 points actually now for
Short.
Alan Garner.
Sean Lenning, Dave, with 4 unreturned serves
Second serve.
to Alan Garner. Alan Garner's only hit 2 serves that haven't been returned.
Sean dives in, almost gets that kill, and you hear the crowd here is very pro Sean Lenning. He made his home here in Tucson, Arizona for the last couple years, just moved back to Seattle,
7
Washington.
play 11.
And Sean was quite the figure here. Luis Moreno not coming down to this club very often, but Sean Lenning was here every single day and became one of the coaches for the kids. And look
Point.
at that beautiful left-handed shot from Alan Garner.
Amazing shot from Alan. Most players, Dave, would be in trouble with that back wall shot up
play
against
11.
the left side wall, but Alan Garner
Short.
now serving a ball into the ground. And our referee calling it short,
Skipped. All right, nice call.
but the ball, Dave, hit the floor about a foot before the front wall. I don't know how the referee didn't see that.
11 play 8.
He called a short.
Short.
Sean Lenning mishitting that serve down the right.
Second serve.
And Sean really misses his spot on that serve. Had a good
Set
look
out.
at a kill shot, but Sean brought that serve around to Alan's right hand.
8 play 11.
Sean with an inside-out pass. Allen will track it down, though, and he does something with it.
Actually, not a bad defensive play right there from Alan Garner.
Well, Dave, I don't think I've ever seen Sean this comfortable. He's literally going for every possible shot. Shots I've never even
Hit you.
seen
Check
before.
ball.
And he's going for him in a pro final.
Sean looks like he's got a lot of energy, Dave.
Well, he's got a lot of energy, but he's still keeping the points really short. I mean, he's trying to end rallies with virtually every shot he hits. There's no thought to hitting a
8 play
ceiling shot or
11.
wraparound shot, Dave. He's literally trying to end the rally with every shot. I mean, that's the equivalent of
Short.
a boxer going for a knockout with every punch he throws. It seems like that's Sean's mentality thus far in this event. It
Second serve.
seems to be working also very well. And Allen, a terrible miss hit there. That's a shot normally he puts away easily. And Allen picking up a Sean Lenning tomahawk spike.
9 play 11.
Moment of silence.
Short.
And we're back.
Second serve. Hold it, replay.
Oh, I don't know about that. Why would there be a replay
through
there
his
if it comes
legs.
off the back wall? I agree with Sean
I
Lenning.
didn't think it was going to make the back wall.
Referee said he didn't think it was going to make the back wall.
I'll look for it.
It was a huge setup. They came out past the dotted line.
Well, Dave.
And the referee said he didn't think it was going to make the back wall.
Dave, being a co-head referee, is this referee in danger of being
9
replaced
play
between
11.
games 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just, now look at that momentum breaker right there.
Okay,
I
scores 10-11. That's your first timeout.
Completely disagree with that call, and I know Sean Lenning's going to come and look here in this broadcast area that we're at now. I don't understand.
Well,
why
not
this
only
is
was
there.
it not a hinder, but he had Allen pinned on the left wall with a back wall shot with his right hand. So the chances are 90% that he's going to end the rally with that shot. Instead, he doesn't even get to hit it.
Why don't the referees just say this? You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. That ball's fast.
But at the same time, there's mistakes, and then there's that mistake, Dave, which is just so egregious that I'm not sure an apology really even does any justice. I mean, I could see an apology where there's a little bit of congestion and a player wanted a shot, but there, Dave, there was nothing. There was no congestion. There was a player who was pinned on the left wall with the player striking the next shot in complete control of the rally. So I just don't even know.
This is game number 1. Best 2 out of 3 to 15. Tiebreaker played to 11. As Sean Lenning is lost a little bit of momentum here. He's been very frustrated with the referee from the very second that this game started, which is something I actually like seeing from Sean Lenning.
Well, Dave, you act like it's never happened before. Sean has chirped at referees numerous times, Dave,
Resuming
throughout
play.
the events that we've covered. I don't know why you think this is something new.
We've
It's
seen
not.
Sean just sort of kind of play lackadaisical.
10 plays 11.
I have not seen that.
I have.
Well, at the World Championships, perhaps.
Short.
Okay, so you have seen it.
Yes,
Okay.
but the majority of the time, it's very much intense.
I agree
Second
with
serve.
that. I'm just saying
Okay.
that lately it didn't seem like he was in shape. Now it looks like Sean's completely a different guy here.
Oh, and Allen, Dave, with his 5th
Set up.
unforced error on a point-blank setup. Shots that I haven't seen him miss, Dave, in 5 years. He's now missed 5 of
11
them in
plays
his
10.
first game. And, Dave, that's a difference. This game could be over right now. Alan Garner could have had 15 points had he executed those
Second serve.
very easy kill shot attempts. And he does execute that, the wide corner kill. Just a beautiful shot. Sean missing his spot again, though, on the second serve.
10 plays 11.
Just over the line right there, and Sean pokes that ball. Wow.
Side
And
out.
look at how aggressive Sean is there, Dave. Most players would let that bounce and go to the back wall, allowing their opponents to get court position. Sean Lenning, recognizing the advantage he had, steps
11
in and hits
plays
a
10.
kill shot down the right.
Short.
And now Sean has really lost his serve, Dave. Doesn't have that crisp
Second
strike.
serve.
Even his second serve, Dave, not what it has been throughout this event.
Dave, is there any way to
10 plays
quantify or
11.
even put into words for a brief second just how difficult it is to play at this exact level that these two are playing at right now? You were doing it earlier. You took Sean Lenning to a tiebreaker today, and it seemed like you know, at times didn't have momentum. Then you did, and you played at a real high level, the highest level you, I believe, have played since the Nationals when you defeated
11 plays
Ronnie Alvarado
10.
Jr. Can you even say what it's like to be in there and play at this high level?
Well, it's stressful, but it's also a lot of fun.
Side out.
See Sean Lenning actually taking a step back there, thinking that Allen was going to try to blow maybe a 2-wall pass on a
10 plays
invading
11.
Sean Lenning, but instead Allen went for the dump power kill.
Getting back to your question, Dave, it's stressful because you know that you can't afford to make errors, and also these guys are going to make amazing shots even when you have them in trouble. So it's kind of forcing
plays
yourself
10.
to overcome those kind of shots, also overcoming your own errors, and trying to withstand the power and the speed. So there's a lot going on, and now Alan Garner starting to heat up.
But isn't this exactly what you thought you'd see in the sense that you're seeing some hand errors, but you're seeing some awesome play at the same time? I think the hand errors are because, I mean, you can't keep this pace up
10 plays
all the
11.
time and be exactly perfect all the time. And you are going to miss some of your kill shots. That was short, by the way.
I agree with you. Way
That's
short.
That's why Sean Lenning stuttered.
And I hope, Dave, that the referees get this right.
You
Looks-
appeal the serve. I called the serve good. They both agreed.
Oh,
Point.
that's shocking.
Unbelievable.
That was short by 3 or 4 inches.
Together at 11.
Now we're tied at 11.
I just, Dave, don't see how a linesman.
Side out.
And that's an amazing shot, and I give the referee a lot of credit there for letting Sean play through that pick from Alan Garner. Now my question is, Dave, if Sean Lenning doesn't make that shot in the corner, he looks up for a hinder, does the referee then give it to him? Because we see that happen a lot.
I just don't know if Sean would do that. I think we've seen that situation with Sean a few times now recently, and I just don't know. Prestigious guy. I put him at the highest of regards with the players that I've seen play and played against. Sean Lenning is a stand-up class guy when it comes to stuff like that, and here we are now at
11.
11 to 11.
11 plays 11. Short.
And Sean, Dave, has not hit a good serve since he scored his 9th point 7.5 minutes
Second
ago.
serve.
Now he's going to a different
I
second
like that
serve. Well, it's a huge setup, so I'm not sure what you liked about it.
Point.
Do you see what Sean just did?
I thought the ball was down.
Sean's now bleeding all over the court here, and I
We'll
believe
call
we're going to
point.
have a
Let's
an
take
injury timeout or some kind of clean off of the court here. Let's look at the replay.
Let's take a look at this. I believe Alan Garner
replay.
may. Oh, and now Alan's talked him into it.
I don't think there should be a replay here. I think Sean puts that ball down. Even if Allen was able to dive forward, he's not going to get to this ball. In my opinion, I don't know if we have replay capability. I
Huh.
know we've had some technical difficulties here.
Okay.
But certainly that was a dive backhanded off the hand. And Sean told me that you can dive and slice with your backhand, knowing that when it hits the sidewall, it'll jump
And
forward
here,
to the front wall.
I believe
These
this is
guys
it,
are
Dave.
Pretty amazing. They even know how to slice a ball
Right.
with the backhand to make it get to the
All right,
front wall.
replay.
And we're going to go to that replay
11
after
plays
this.
No,
11.
we're going to catch this.
Oh.
We're going to catch this whole play here live. That was a replay of Sean
Point.
bouncing
No,
the
that
ball.
was actually
Scores
another
12-11
ace for Sean.
That's your second timeout.
And now,
Scores
Dave.
Yeah, 12-11. 1 minute.
Let's go to that replay if we can, where Sean dove in at the end of that play.
Are we just going to watch him bounce the ball, or are we going to see the?
It was a bouncing the ball replay.
Yeah, it's because Alan, he says he wants me to call the score when he's set.
Oh, Alan could have easily had that ball,
I
Dave.
agree with you, you're
Okay,
right.
I'm glad the referee changed his call there. It looked like, Dave, in real time, that that ball was flatter than it actually was.
Let's
It was-
go back and look at it again if we have
It
it.
was actually a bad break for
I
Alan
wasn't
Garner.
really wanting to look at the actual hinder call, which
Yeah.
I didn't really care less about. I actually like that Sean Lenning flick. What I was trying to tell you about is that when you flick with the backhand,
Yeah.
and if you catch a sidewall,
Oh.
it'll jump toward
Well,
the
I
front
wasn't
wall.
that interested in that. I was
I
interested
was.
in the. Oh, okay.
Because it's
okay.
something I talked to
Right.
Sean about.
Something that you work
specifically.
on, I know.
Now, Sean said that when you dive, if you go with that flick to the front wall, it has the wrong spin. If you go to the sidewall, it actually jumps toward the front wall.
So are you just waiting for me to acknowledge that you're saying that? Because it's been 4 times now. I mean, I heard you.
I didn't seem like you did.
Huh. Sean Lenning now, Dave, with 5 aces, and when I say aces, I mean unreturned
All right,
serves.
resuming play.
Here's that play here. Watch how Sean comes in and flips that with the backhand.
12 plays 11.
You see when you hit it with your backhand.
Yeah.
Short.
So what happens then? So you should hit the front wall first.
Second
Yeah,
serve.
side.
Oh, side wall first. Okay.
Look
Point.
at that ace serve. Crowd's going wild here in Tucson. Now it's Sean with 13.
13 plays
See,
11.
Sean's so upset because he thinks the referee
I'm
should be
waiting for
calling the
Alan.
score.
Like, okay. 13 plays 11.
Well, Vic Perez, Dave, lives his life in slow motion. He's one of the, I mean,
Short.
he's one of these guys that's just so peaceful that he's never in a hurry. Even in the handball court, he's not in a hurry. He doesn't really run after the ball. You know, so he's just going at his own pace right now.
Sean is so frustrated the referee's not
Second
calling
serve.
the score when Alan comes set. And then the referee says, I'm waiting for Alan, like it's Alan's fault.
Oh, an amazing
nice
shot from
clutch
Alan.
shot right there from AG. TNS.
11 plays 13.
An old school on that.
And
nickname.
Dave, for those that watch the 1 game to 25 matches, you do have to only
Point.
win by 1 in these games to 15.
Yeah, that's right.
We only saw 1 game go to overtime in the 1 game to 25 matches, but here
12
there
plays 13.
is no overtime. There is a tiebreaker though.
Shorts, short.
And Dave, it just seems like these guys are so evenly matched. Every time they play, it's down
Second
to the
serve.
wire. And Dave, I believe Alan Garner needs a glove change.
Set out.
And you can see, Dave, those gloves. I'm surprised our referee hasn't asked to see them.
He's a shirt change as well.
Yeah.
13 plays 12.
13 to 12 is the score, not 13 to 11.
Amazing shot from
Point.
Sean Lenning, Dave. He recognizes every time he has his opponent in trouble, and he takes advantage of it.
14 plays 12.
Sean's playing really solid right here.
Short.
Sean Dave has had 6 aces in this first
Second
game to
serve.
only 2 for Alan Garner, and that's really been the difference. Alan Garner, you would say, has actually won the rallies.
Sean Lenning straight up tries to kill it from the dotted line. Unbelievable attempt from Sean.
Well, I
12
believe
plays
even if that makes the
14.
front wall, it's up, and Alan Garner has an easy re-kill.
Sean goes over the top of even those.
Well, a nice side-to-side play here from Alan Garner.
Nice. Alan Garner gets that point now, 13 to 14.
Alan just looks so good hitting that back wall kill. And it's such a tough shot as the ball comes from the ceiling off the back wall with that downspin. Alan Garner just times it perfectly. He has the perfect footwork to hit that shot.
Sean
And
Lenning.
speaking of footwork, Dave.
He hits it off his foot.
Yeah.
Sean Lenning thinks that ball's broken.
13 play
And
14.
Sean is one of the smartest handball players I've seen. He always predicts
Short.
it. I've seen him say that many times that the ball breaks on the next rally.
Second serve.
And not a good shot there from Alan Garner. And he gives Sean Lenning control of the rally, Dave. I just don't understand that shot selection, particularly at 13-14. And now you give the best server
14 possible
in this
game point
event
serves 13.
a look at an ace here to close out game number one.
Sean will go after this right here. His second serve, he'll go for a crack serve, probably to the right.
Second serve.
Watch this. Goes for the crack, just barely misses it.
Hold it, replay.
That's one of the few times, Dave, we've seen a replay without a guy on the ground. These guys hit it so hard and
14 game point
away from
serves 13.
themselves that you just don't see a lot of that. Good
Close.
return from Allen.
There it is. Sean Lenning
That's
takes
game.
game number one, 15-13.
I
And
called the serve good.
let's see what
They
happens
both agreed.
here.
That's game one. 5 minutes.
Line judges agreed with that short ball appeal from Alan Garner. I mean, might as well do it. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And the round of applause from the Tucson crowd here as Sean takes game number one, 15-13. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back. 4 minutes. Stay here. Racefor8.com.
For time restraints on television.
When did they, how long have they been doing it?
It's like Fox News are saying.
Well, they did that to, when we play games, don't we have to play games to 15 sometimes for volleyball? We play these tournaments now. Well, we have rally score. Imagine a rally score at 15. How fast it is in volleyball? The rally score to 15. Well, it should be at 21 or 25. But
2 out of 3.
any tournament, they go to 15 after the seed. So you play 5 teams to 15. And you're out there for 10 minutes. You know. So until whoever is warmed up and ready to go, as soon as the team is going. Oh, Dennis! I didn't notice who it was.
It'll be earlier when we get there.
His meet, I
Say
know who that was down there.
Really?
Okay, yeah. It's because Alan requested that he wants me to call the score right after he sets. So once he's set, I'll call the score. Okay. Alan, he changed his gloves during the middle of the match. More than once? Okay. Okay. Alright. Right, okay, yeah. Right. Okay. You only get 2 timeouts? I thought it was 3. Okay. Alright.
Right before he died, huh? Largest fight film in life. So they will want the score sped up. Yeah, I know, but I thought Garner was using that technique. get Sean. Yeah. Yeah, and they both agreed at that point. And yeah. Well, the thing is, and then if you pay stuff like that, they can also slow you down. Isn't it? It's really fun.
Who wrote this? I can see right here.
Yeah. Yep.
It's Alan's serve. You serve first. Yeah. 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 That's right. All right. Game 2. Alan Garner serving second game. 0-0.
You hear the referee calling the score of 0-0. It was Alan Garner losing the first one 15-13. Now gets the first point here in game number 2. My name is Dave Vincent alongside
1-0.
consummate top 5 pro, top 6 pro, Dave Fink, now I believe in the top 4 after this tournament, Dave. This is
Alan Garner thought about going behind his back there, Dave. Thought better of it, though.
Alan just
Skip.
And Sean Allen there, Dave, made a terrible error. He made 6 hand airs on relatively easy kill shot attempts in game number 1. That cost him the game. Now he's already got 1 here in game number 2.
Short.
Sean Lenning, Dave, with 6 aces in game number 1. That was also a factor in that 15-13 win.
Point.
And Dave, Sean slightly mishits that, but he knows he hits the front wall sidewall and the ball stays down. Sean's one of those guys that actually aims for the front wall sidewall kills.
talking to Sean during the time when he spent here in Tucson. He says he aims for the exact crack of the wall, which is, I think, a great philosophy. Sometimes you go too wide on either side. He said he just goes for the crack, right dead center into the crack is where he's aiming.
Okay.
Other people try to say they go a little wide, but oftentimes they go way too wide or they miss and go to the front wall somehow. He just says he goes right to the crack.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think it's a great philosophy.
I agree with you. I'd never thought of that, actually.
He said if I miss a little bit to the left, I've got a great shot, and I miss a little to the right, I've got a great shot.
It's a two-way shot, basically.
Side out.
Now that time he actually does aim for the corner, knowing that Allen's pinned on the right, and he angles the ball away from him with a high percentage kill.
1-1.
We're all together here at 1 game to 15. Might decide this for Sean Lenning.
And Sean with another air. Allen taking something off of that left-handed shot, kind of like a change-up in the middle of the rally, Dave, and it seemed to throw Sean off a little bit.
Sean
1-1.
Try to use a fist there, hit it into the ground. We're all together here again. I like that inside-out shot, and then it seems like Allen's apologizing to Sean Lenning after the play's over. These guys do talk a lot.
2-1.
I don't know. During your match with Sean Lenning, were you talking with him back and forth much?
There was a lot of talking.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
You guys can get on a chat line.
3-1.
Speaking of chatting, Dave, Sean Lenning was just texting in between games. Haven't seen that since Emmett Pichot was a top player.
4-1. Short.
I think Sean just remembered that he left the coffee pot on back in Seattle.
Well, they love their fresh brewed coffee in Seattle, home of Starbucks. Howard Schultz.
Wow.
Side out.
With a little bit of authority there.
Well, Alan Garner hung that 3-wall shot. If you're going to hit a 3-wall shot, Dave, against one of these top players, you have to pinch
One
it
play 4.
mid-length on the front wall and hit it hard. Otherwise, it's just a sitting duck.
Point.
And that's a ball, Dave, I believe Alan Garner should be able to get. He gave up on it too soon. It wasn't hit with that much pace. Alan
play
Garner
4.
wasn't that far from it.
Wow. Sean double bounced
Set
that,
out.
but that was still an awesome looking play. That could have been amazing, but I think it was double bounce before Sean got it, and then he flat rolled it. I know, Dave, you want to go get a towel and run out there and clean that up.
Oh, it's, you know, I do because I love these guys. I love all the pro players. I don't want to see any of them injured.
Right, injured. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually being
That
serious.
happens all the time.
Point.
Well, if it happens once and we lose one of these guys forever, Dave, then
5 play 2.
it'll be a very valuable and terrible lesson. I mean, the NBA cares enough about their
Point.
investment, Dave, to hire 3 towel boys under each basket.
That's your first timeout. Score is 6-2. 1 minute.
They don't have to hire those kids. That's a volunteer thing. You do anything to get into that
check your
stage.
gloves.
I have no desire to
Okay.
be anywhere near an NBA arena.
I do.
Nor an NFL stadium.
I do. Alan Garner has a nice commanding lead here in game number 2. I think anytime there's excitement, I want to be near it. And you know me, I never venture away from excitement.
That's
A complete lie, actually. And you know it.
absolutely it was, yeah.
I find excitement with words.
Huh.
And the game of Scrabble, which is also word intensive. Here in game 2.
What about that game that Alec Baldwin gets kicked off of planes for playing? Is that another part of your daily routine? Is it Words with Friends?
Play it all the time.
Huh. Never played it.
Snake Man 67. It's the username on Words with Friends. Don't ask me what the 67 stands for, though. I was actually born in 71.
Okay. Resuming play. 6 play 2.
Alan Garner here has that 6-2 lead. That bounce, Alan plays through it.
We call those erratic bounces.
But instead of arguing with the referee over a call that they may or may not have gotten, Alan had to play through that and ends up getting the point. And it's a lost thought.
7 play 2.
Not on me.
Not you
I'll
put
be
that down on
thinking
your-
about it while I go to sleep tonight.
Okay.
And Sean just does not look good right now, Dave.
Point.
And it's not a 21-point game, Dave, where you can work your way back into it. This game is half over now. And Sean Lenning is
8
showing
play 2.
no signs of really challenging in this game thus far.
Short.
And Dave, we
short.
saw Alan Garner do this, or excuse me, Sean Lenning do this at the U.S. Open 2 weeks ago when these two played. Sean winning a very close first game,
Second serve.
21-20, then just let the second game go and then won the tiebreaker. And it looks like, judging from the body language from Sean,
Point.
Dave, that we might be seeing that tonight as well.
9 play 2.
Not sure what that means, Dave. 9 play 2.
Side out.
I think it's obvious what it means.
Well,
9 serving.
I
2.
know what he's trying to say. I just don't know if that makes sense to say it that
I would
way.
say 9 plays. with an
2
S.
play
Yeah.
9.
Not play with
Right,
singular.
well,
it
that's
should
what
be
I'm saying,
plural.
though. I mean, I know what he's trying to say. I just don't know why he's phrasing it like that. I mean, I know that an amazing shot from Alan Garner. I know that English composition is a very important course at Lake Forest
9
College.
play 2.
Our referee, a graduate of Lake Forest College.
Point.
Now it's 10 play 2.
Dave, pro handball, very similar to tennis. The
10
top
play
players
2.
don't go to college, Dave. They just turn pro and they build their career in the handball court. Those that go
Set
to
out.
college, Dave, like a John Isner, there may only be one of them in the top 100 in pro tennis.
2 play 10. Point.
We at 2 play 10, now 3 play 10.
So you're still on that. I've already moved on to another
3 play
subject.
10.
I'm talking about college.
Short.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
I segued into college talking about
Second
the
serve.
inaccuracy of saying 3 play 10.
Point.
Me love you long time, Dave.
Good person.
4 play 10. Short. Second serve.
I see, Dave,
Point.
you've already etched this game in, even though it's only 10-5 Alan Garner. You're scrolling
5
through
play 10.
IMDb, checking out some of your favorite stars of past and present. An
Point.
amazing shot, Dave, from a current star in the world of pro handball,
That's your
Sean
first
Lenning,
timeout score is 6-10.
who seemed like he wanted to let this game go, but now, Dave, he's
minute.
got a couple of breaks, and he's scored 3 consecutive points,
And
and
the
now
crowd-
he's within striking distance.
And you hear that crowd
I do.
chiming out there as we scroll our camera over to the crowd during these breaks here, which will show you exactly what you're missing here courtside, I thought.
There's actually also an overflow room, Dave, where there's a person watching.
I was on the internet looking for Diane Keaton pictures because I thought that today you looked a lot like Diane Keaton.
Huh. Well, before her
offense.
nose job.
I don't know how many she's had, but
Well, she's had a couple. There's been some rhinoplasty going on there. Dave, don't forget that not only do we have a bleacher full of people watching down below, but there's also people doing curls, tries,
All right. Resuming
back,
play.
and legs that are also checking out the
6
action
play
from the
10.
upstairs gym.
Short.
I know, Dave, today was a back and buys day for you.
Second serve. Point.
And now a terrible error from Alan Garner. Alan Garner inexplicably now
7 play 10.
has lost control of this second game.
Short. Second serve.
This is what Sean Lenning can do. It seems like he's not doing anything special, and all of a sudden he's
Side out.
scoring points in bunches until that terrible error.
well, you're definitely going to have to beat Sean Lenning. Can't go in
10
there
play
and
7.
let him let you win. He'll give you moments, but then you're going to have to beat him eventually.
Short. Second serve.
I don't understand that shot from Alan Garner, who had a relatively easy setup with his left hand. Now Sean driving the ball right at Alan
Side out.
and forces the air. That, Dave, goes into the forced air department, which is not the same as an unforced air. Sean Lenning with 4 unforced airs in this second game.
7
Alan
play
Garner
10.
with 5.
Short.
Some say, Dave, a forced air should go into the winner category, but it doesn't. It's in
Second
its own.
serve.
It's kind of like a hold in baseball
Yeah.
when the middle reliever comes in and gets a hold. He doesn't get much credit for it. He's not the guy that's going to go
10
to his
play
contract
7.
negotiations with 42 saves.
Short.
But the forced air, Dave, is an important part of this game.
Second serve.
That's the setup. Nope, Allen just goes with the scoop instead. Sean's so dangerous up front, Dave.
Side out.
So creative and dangerous up front.
Well,
when you're playing Sean Lenning and a ball
Foul.
does go up front like that, what do you say to yourself? I'm just going to come up and just kind of go into a holding pattern, expecting him to do just anything? Where do you put your body? How do you put your feet? What do you
Well,
think?
it really depends on the situation. You know, if
On
he
a
has
shot
a
like
good,
that.
well, if he has a good enough look at it, you know, you really almost have to guess. Now there, Sean Lenning had to be creative as that ball came out and ran down the side wall, and yet Sean Lenning
7
actually
play
turned
10.
his hand vertically so that he wouldn't scrape his hand against the side wall. And an amazing shot from
Points.
Sean. Allen unable to pick it up, but you see, Dave, he takes it on the way up and comes over the top of it to keep the ball down. Allen hanging back on his heels there, though, instead of
8 play 10.
on the balls of his feet.
Wow.
Point.
That is an
I
unbelievable
called the serve
smoke.
good.
They both agreed. Point.
And that was the serve, Dave, that we saw in the tiebreaker today numerous
9
times
play 10.
that helped Sean Lenning advance here to the final. And now another serve, Dave.
And now we're all together at 10. Sean Lenning's
That's
got
your
crowd
second
support,
timeout.
and
1
this
minute.
is a
Check
very
gloves also.
smart timeout, and the referee asking for a glove
Second
change.
He
and
was
final timeout. Yes.
spoken to about that, and now Alan Garner has used his last timeout
I'd
in
love-
the second game.
Love for us to sweep that camera over and take a look at that crowd. I know that we don't do that anymore.
Well,
here.
what about the crowd, Dave, that's up there doing
That's your
curls
final
and
timeout,
push-ups
I want to see that
and
too.
ab work?
Yeah.
You don't care about ab work?
Does it look like I care? You want an honest answer?
Well, you're working on your six-pack right now.
That's
It's
true.
actually more like a 36-pack, but nonetheless,
Well, I have to get some kind of enjoyment. Having to work with you all day. We have a no drinking policy here in the broadcast booth.
right, no drinking water.
Okay. Resuming play. 10 play 10. Short.
We're all together at 10. Sean wins the first one, 15-13
Second serve.
in a nail biter for the Garner family. And Garner was up big here. What was the score, Dave? Sean was giving it to Allen.
It was 10-2.
Oh my gosh.
Set up.
And Allen, fortunate to earn the side out there, it turned out to be a good timeout, as Sean Lenning could have easily run this game out with the momentum it seemed like he was building. Now Allen Garner
10
back
play 10.
in the server's box. He's been outscored 8-0 here in the last 6 minutes. An amazing
Side
two-wall
out.
pass, Dave. The only way to win rallies with passing shots is to hit the pass about 2 feet high. You know,
10
you think
play
about
10.
old school handball, you see Steady Freddy hitting the pass shot about 8 feet high.
Point.
And now a terrible error from Alan Garner. What looked like a match that was headed for a tiebreaker now looks like it could
11
be
play
over
10.
here in the next couple of minutes.
Short.
Sean Lenning was down 2-10, now on a 9-point
Second serve.
run, like he always does, seems.
Point.
Always seems to be a point somewhere in a Sean Lenning match where he gets 10 straight points.
Oh,
12
it's-
play 10.
It's inevitable, and it's going to happen either once, twice, or
Points.
however many times he needs to do it.
Sean is just peppering this ball.
And Allen has no way to stop the
13 play
clock
10.
here now, Dave. He's out of timeouts. Sean Lenning is just totally on
Hold
fire.
it. Replay. 13 play 10.
Wow.
And Allen,
Pointing.
Dave, these are not all that difficult of shots for Alan Garner, and he's now been outscored 12-0
14
here.
possible match point serves 10.
Here it is. Sean Lenning could take race stop number 2. The
like
ball
it could've
hits
been
the
short.
line.
Point. Last game.
And there it is. Alan
match,
Garner
guys.
loses here to Sean Lenning, who may or may not get emotional. Hopefully we can get Sean Lenning as he taps his own back, pats it, and he's going to get a round of applause from this crowd. Just too bad we don't see that crowd here. Sean Lenning winning the second race stop of the season after having a great performance against Paul Brady at the U.S. Open of Handball, where he lost in that 11-9 tiebreaker in the semifinals, comes back in stop number 2 and makes a great showing as we get Sean into the booth here, hopefully. But Sean Lenning, the victor here, 15-13, 15-10. Sean played amazing today, and it looked like he was a man on a mission.
Well, Sean Lenning had a couple of lulls, Dave, but he's just so talented that he's able to overcome those lulls. You know, you saw him lose game number 2 in the semifinals, being outscored 15-4, and then here outscored 10-2 to start the second game, yet still comes back, managing to score 13 consecutive points on one of the greatest players in the game, Alan Garner. I mean, you just could never predict that, but with Sean Lenning, it's hard to predict anything. You can't predict where he's going to hit shots. You can't predict when he's going to hit 7 straight aces. That's why he's the freak, and that's why he's one of the most exciting and most fun players to watch in the sport.
Just kind of a strange kind of series of events here. Alan Garner very jovial before the match.
Jovial, is that a J-U? I thought it was jovial.
Well, I'm not from Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
Sean was you know, focused, not sticking around the club like he normally does.
Yeah.
Alan being a little bit more laid back and
Yeah.
hanging out, and I thought, wow, this is the type of perspective that I like seeing from Alan Garner. And then Sean Lenning comes in and attacks, and it just really quickly put Alan right into his place
Yeah.
to let Alan know that this is going to be a typical match that we've been through
Yeah.
forever. And again, now the lifetime pro record for Alan Garner and Sean Lenning, can't believe I had to word it that
Right,
way with
yeah.
you, but I
I
did.
appreciate
But
you
I did. The
making
pro
that.
record now
Yeah.
gives one more win to
Yeah.
Sean Lenning, and I believe now we're something like pro record of 9-2,
I believe it's 11-2.
11-2 now. Lifetime record though, out of the pro,
Yeah.
going to be something like 14-2.
14-3 if
Okay,
you're including
all right.
junior matches.
Right, that's
yeah.
right,
And,
and
I
I
know
am.
you like to.
I do.
Yeah.
And so that as we wait for
Well, in
Alan-
that case, could I have a yellow jersey for some of the junior tournaments that I won, since that's all part of
what
a
year
career?
was that?
That was 1995 and
I wasn't born
prior.
yet.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. It's true, actually.
But Sean Lenning taking down Alan Garner here in 2, 15-13, 15-10, and hopefully, if we do get Lenning in for an interview, then we'll certainly talk to him about this. But he was a different man today.
Yeah.
We saw a different Sean Lenning.
Well, you know, there was a different energy about Sean, and it just felt like he had so much power here with every shot that he was hitting, that even on the shots you hit, you know, me being the semifinalist and even Alan Garner, just seemed like the hardest ball you hit still wasn't up to the average ball that Sean Lenning was hitting. It just seemed so crisp coming off of his hand, coming off of the wall. He felt very comfortable, I think, with the ball, and hopefully we can get a chance to talk to him about that. But just worked his way into this event, played Victor Espinoza in round number 1. He hadn't played in 2 weeks since losing to Paul Brady. And I think each match he was able to work himself into the draw. You saw him start slowly against Andy Nett, but then ended up scoring the last 13 points of that match, scored 11 of the last 12 points of his semifinal match, and then scored the last 13 points here today. So, you know, you think about that. In his last three wins, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and today, he outscored his opponents something like 40-1 in the conclusion of those 3 games combined. Now that shows you, Dave, not only does this guy have explosiveness, but he's got endurance and stamina as well, as that's at the end of matches he's putting those runs on guys.
Now, you know, recently we were having discussions about who's the clutch player. Wouldn't you? I mean, we don't think of him because you're saying that he's not winning the big major tournaments or the national championship, so his name isn't on there.
Yeah.
But really, we've seen it so many times where he's been down, and then wouldn't you call it clutch, where you come back and score so many points and
Well,
then end up winning?
I agree with you. Sean Dave is so hard on himself that he'll tell you that he's not a clutch player, because 2 of the most memorable matches of his career, he's lost to Paul Brady 11-10 and then 11-9 a couple of weeks ago. But of course, he's won.
And Tony Healy back.
And that was 11-8 at the U.S. Open. He lost to Dave Chapman 21-20 at the finals of the Nationals in a match, Dave, that I believe, and I think everyone else did, that he was going to win had he won that first game. But there's been a number of instances, Dave, where he has come back. He's been extremely clutch, particularly against guys like Alan Garner, who even when they seem to have him down, he finds a way to win. He's, I would say, clutch against certain guys and maybe not clutch against others. But let's not forget, he has a lot of national 3-ball championships. I believe it's 6. Now, I could be wrong. It's somewhere between 4 and 6, but he's had a lot of close matches there. And, Dave, those are prestigious championships. So I believe, Dave, that Sean Lenning against guys he believes he's going to beat is the most clutch player. Against guys that maybe he's not so sure that he can beat, he's maybe not as clutch. Now, that's not unique to any one particular athlete, but Sean seems in particular to struggle against guys in the crunch time that he holds in high regard.
Sean Lenning, I believe, is 27 years of age, and if he were to retire today, would he be in the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely, yes. He's been either the number 1 or number 2 American player off and on for the last 7 years. He's also been the top 3-ball player in the world for the last 7 years. He's got doubles championships, and he's done a lot for this game. He's brought a lot of fans to the game, and you have to also consider that. He's won a number of pro stops, this being his 3rd Race for 8 title in 10 events. Luis Moreno has won 5, Sean Lenning has won 3, Paul Brady's won 1, and Robbie McCarthy's won 1. So he's 2nd all-time on the Race for 8 championships list. And he's also, Dave, up there, I believe, in the top 6 for total 3-ball singles championships. And I wouldn't be surprised, Dave, to see him rack up a couple of four-wall national championships and U.S. Open championships before he's done. He's got at least 6 really good years in front of him if he continues to stay healthy and take care of himself and stay motivated.
Well, he certainly was motivated here against Alan Garner. We saw a different energy from Sean Lenning today, and I think it was right out of the gate, Dave, where Sean did something a little different than what we've witnessed in the past, and I think it really is coming from that rivalry that he has. Maybe it's not necessarily a rivalry that Garner has, but one that he has internally for Alan Garner, where he came out and was immediately agitated with the referee, and you can see he wanted to do some quick serves. That's a Sean Lenning that we have missed for a very long time. He's back now with that, but what happens in the next match when it's not Alan Garner? Will that Sean Lenning show up?
Well, I disagree with you somewhat in that we haven't seen that Sean Lenning. We didn't see that Sean Lenning at the World Championships. We didn't see that Sean Lenning at the Nationals. But throughout the race season, we saw it a lot, except when he played Luis Moreno. It just seemed like when he played Luis Moreno, he'd conceded defeat before the match even started. He went in there listlessly almost. In a match, Dave, I think those two guys are very evenly matched, but yet Sean's lost the last 8 meetings between the two, so something psychologically is happening there.
But that
with
same
Sean Lenning.
psychological thing's happening from Alan Garner to Sean Lenning.
Well, that's true.
And
but
the same psychological things happening from Luis Moreno to Alan Garner. And if we were to hold a 3-way American, let's find out which player is the best American player of those 3 players.
Yeah.
I'm only putting those 3 in.
Right.
I know that you deserve to be there because you are, I believe, ranked 4th right now. Alan Garner is actually behind you. But let's say we were going to do a 3-way. I don't know how you would break that tie. It would be a round robin of eternity. I even said this to Alan Garner as kind of a joke. Your record versus Sean, Sean's record versus Luis's record versus you.
Yeah.
He said to me, all 3 of us our heads would blow up and explode. There would be no winner. It would go on forever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the sense that I get between those 3 guys. And we've seen now, Alan Garner's been in a couple finals here at the Race for 8. He's lost both of those to Sean Lenning. Sean's been in a couple finals. It really took somebody else beating Luis Moreno early for Sean to win a Race for 8 stop. And it's usually Alan Garner.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you think about the individual matchups, I can see Alan Garner being successful against Luis Moreno just because of their styles. But I just can't see Luis Moreno dominating Sean Lenning. Their styles would seem to match up very well, you know, and you would think at the very least Sean would win 50% of those matches, at least win 4 out of 10, but in the last 2 years he hasn't won any of them. And you know, you look at Alan Garner against Luis Moreno. Luis gives a lot of back wall setups. Alan Garner is one of the great back wall kill artists of all time. He takes advantage of those. You know, he's able to handle Luis's serve, which a lot of people can't. So you can see how Alan Garner would have his number. But I just, you know, it's hard to imagine. I can also see, Dave, how Sean would have Alan's number because he's able to frustrate Alan and keep him off balance with so much power. But it's that 3rd matchup between Sean and Luis that I just don't understand. Yeah. And it could stem, Dave, from the practice matches that they played for years here at this club where Sean started losing to Luis. Luis telling me when they first started playing, Sean just used to kill him. He used to mess around, didn't really take it seriously. Then one day Luis came to the club. He said, you know, I did everything right the night before. I ate, I slept, I rested. I came in, I just beat him. And Sean was so mad that they scheduled a match for the next day, and Sean came really ready to play, and Luis beat him again. And ever since then, Dave, that was about 3 years ago, Sean's only won 1 match against Luis Moreno. And in that match, Luis had a match point. So it's just one of those things where it started, I think, from a practice game rivalry, and it's bled into their pro career.
Dave, I've been told by the group here that they need us in the lobby. They have major media here, CNN and the group here, according to the note, that they are going to do some interviews out in the lobby. Yeah. And Sean Lenning is, of course, being mobbed out there doing some autographs with the kids as well. So we want to, first of all, thank those that are handing us the notes and directing us. Linda Manning as well as Ben Garrad. Anthony Celesto did a great job this week. All the referees. The Tucson Racket and Fitness Club for helping us out with this live event as well. And then Tucson Rolling Shutters, Mintech, Clark, Mesh and Rothschild also as the sponsors. We're not saying goodbye for the final event here because we have big ball singles and doubles tomorrow. In fact, we even have the women's singles finals going to be aired live as well. But in the meantime, for Dave Fink, my name is Dave Vincent.
Dave, just to step in, I'd also like to thank you for all of your tireless work here this week and every week, setting up this amazing event. All the hours you put in this week And not only, Dave, setting up this tournament, but everything that you do, setting up all these tournaments and what you do for the WPH. So from the bottom of my heart, and no, we're not going to hug.
Okay,
actually.
okay.
No, we're not.
I knew that was awkward.
Yeah,
okay,
it was,
I admit
I
it.
could see where it was going.
I know. I
But
thought this was a sensitive moment.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
do
that
want
was sensitive.
to thank you for making this possible. And certainly we're going to look forward to tomorrow morning and many, many more events to come.
Okay. Well, it was Sean Lenning here in race stop number 2, taking down Alan Garner by the score of 15-13 and 15-10. We're going to say goodbye for tonight. We appreciate the fact that you have tuned in to watch this broadcast. For all of those that I mentioned earlier, thank you very much for your help, and also thank you for watching. For Dave Fink, Dave Vincent, we'll talk to you tomorrow morning here at racefor8.com. Good night.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards.
Oh, don't. Oh.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
Oh, Mom!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you. Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
At shelters, you'll discover healthy and loving animals just waiting to become a part of your family. Why wait? You can make a difference in the life of an animal. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person and adopt your new best friend today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on.
I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
They might surprise you.
Hey, she took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.